The summer rain had just begun to fall over the small Alabama town of Cedarbrook, turning the dusty streets into darkened mirrors that reflected trembling bits of streetlight. Inside a small wooden house at the end of Maple Street, Edna Mae Crawford, an 82-year-old widow with silver white hair and kind eyes, sat in her creaking rocking chair, knitting a scarf for the grandson she loved more than her own breath. She paused for a moment, listening. The storm was growing, and so was the heaviness in the air. Edna had felt it all day, the sense that something terribly wrong was coming. Her hands trembled as she resumed knitting. Then the front door slammed open. "Grandma!" Her grandson, Tyler, stood drenched in the doorway, 19 years old with hollow cheeks, dark circles around his eyes, and a restlessness that had swallowed his once sweet personality. The boy had changed since his father died, or perhaps, Edna often feared, he had been drifting into darkness long before that. "Goodness, child, you'll catch a cold. Close the door, Tyler. You're letting the storm in." But Tyler didn't move. His eyes were wild. "Grandma, I need money." "Again?" she whispered. "Tyler, we talked about this. I can't, I said I need money," he shouted, taking a step inside, water dripping from his clothes onto the wooden floor. Edna didn't flinch. She had raised 3 children, buried 1, and lived through more hardship than most people her age. But Tyler's eyes, they were different tonight, darker, lost. "I know you want a motorcycle," she said gently, "but wanting is not the same as needing." Tyler clenched his jaw. "I deserve it. Everyone my age has something. I'm not going to stay stuck in this trash life while others get to live. You can help me. You just don't want to." Edna slowly stood up, leaning slightly on her cane. "I love you, Tyler, but loving you means teaching you right from wrong." He stared at her with a hatred she had never seen before, not even in strangers. "You have that savings. I know you do. Grandfather left it for you, but what do you need it for? You're old. You're sick. I'm the one who can use it." "Tyler," her voice trembled, "that money is for my medication and for your future, not for a motorcycle." Thunder cracked violently above the house. For a moment, neither moved. Then something snapped inside him. Tyler grabbed the knitting yarn from her hands and threw it across the room. The chair toppled. Edna gasped as he stepped forward, too close, too fast, and grabbed her frail arms. "Stop!" she cried. Tyler pushed her back into the rocking chair. She hit the cushion, breathless. "You're not listening," he growled, "but you will." Edna looked up at him with tears forming. "Please, my boy, don't do anything you'll regret." But he didn't hear her, or didn't want to. His eyes scanned the room. And then he saw it. The old braided curtain cord hanging by the window, thick, strong, meant to hold heavy drapes. And something unspeakable flashed in his expression. "No," Edna whispered. Tyler took a step towards it. "Dear God," she prayed silently, "don't let this happen." But Tyler grabbed the cord and wrapped it around his hand. His chest was rising and falling in fast, broken breaths. He was thinking of nothing but rage, frustration, and the twisted belief that everything would be better if he could just force life to give him what he wanted. "Tyler, listen to me," Edna said, voice cracking. "I love you. Your grandfather loved you. Your father—" "Don't talk about my dad!" he shouted so loudly her chest vibrated. Lightning flashed, illuminating the room, and for a split second, Edna saw something behind Tyler. A faint glow, a shape, a presence. She blinked, confused. It was gone, but her heart felt something warm. Tyler grabbed the other end of the curtain cord. His hands shook, not from fear, but from fury. "You're going to give me the money, or you're going to—" He didn't finish, because the lights suddenly went out. Every bulb, every corner, darkness swallowed the room. Tyler froze. What the? He murmured. Then a voice, not loud, not aggressive, but powerful, calm, unmistakably not human. Tyler. He spun around frantically, dropping the cord. Who's there? Grandma, did you hear that? Edna didn't answer. She couldn't. She was staring, mouth open, tears spilling down her cheeks, at the figure standing in the doorway of the living room, where no one should have been. A tall man, clothed in white, hair long, chestnut, shining softly, face peaceful yet strong, eyes filled with light, warmth, understanding. Tyler stumbled backward. No, this isn't real. The man stepped forward, and the storm's howling seemed to quiet around the house. Tyler, he repeated, voice like gentle thunder, what you were about to do does not come from your heart. It comes from your pain. Tyler shook his head violently. No, I'm losing it. I must be imagining this. But Edna whispered, almost fainting, Jesus, my Lord, you came. The man looked at her with deep tenderness. I never left. Then his gaze returned to Tyler. You stand on the edge of a darkness that will swallow your life, but tonight it stops. Tyler felt his legs weaken. He couldn't move, couldn't speak. He was paralyzed by something deeper than fear, something closer to truth. You think a motorcycle will fill the emptiness you carry. You think power will silence your grief, but hurting the one who loves you most will only break you beyond repair. Tyler's breathing became erratic. A tear fell from his eye. He didn't even feel it leave. Why are you here? He whispered. Jesus stepped closer. Because she prayed for you, he said, nodding towards Edna, and heaven listens. Edna sobbed silently into her trembling hands. Tyler's entire body shook. I didn't mean to. I was just... Jesus raised a hand. Tyler, look at me. He did. And in that moment, the storm outside felt quiet, as if the entire world was holding its breath. What you choose tonight will shape not just your future, but your soul. The room filled with a warmth that neither had ever felt before. But the night, the miracle, the lesson was only just beginning.
For a long, trembling moment, Tyler couldn't breathe. The house was dim, lit only by the strange, soft glow radiating from the man standing in front of him. Jesus, the very presence that his grandmother had prayed to for years. The same presence Tyler had denied, mocked, and pushed away every chance he got. His throat tightened. What do you want from me? Tyler asked, barely audible. Jesus didn't move aggressively, didn't raise his voice. He simply looked at the trembling young man, looked through him, into places Tyler had buried so deep he had forgotten they existed. I want nothing, Jesus said gently, but you want a life that doesn't hurt anymore. Tyler flinched, because the words struck straight into the truth he hated to face. Jesus stepped closer, and though the room felt warm, Tyler shivered like he was standing naked in a cold wind. You've been carrying grief that became anger, anger that became loneliness, and loneliness that led you here. Tyler swallowed hard, tears not yet falling but threatening. I wasn't actually gonna... His voice cracked. I was just desperate. Jesus' gaze softened. Desperation comes when hope is buried too deep. But there is still hope for you, Tyler. Tyler turned away, hiding his face, ashamed. He had never felt small before. Not when he got into fights at school, not when he lied to his grandmother about where he went at night, not even when the police warned him about the group he was hanging out with. But now, standing before this presence, he felt like a child again, broken, confused, and terrified of the man he had become. Edna, still gripping the armrest of her fallen rocking chair, whispered shakily, "Tyler, listen to him, my boy." Her voice broke into a sob. Tyler looked at her, really looked. At her trembling lips, the tears rolling down her wrinkled cheeks, the fear still alive in her eyes from what he nearly did. "Grandma," he whispered. The shame hit him like a wave. He had scared her. He had pushed her. He had grabbed that cord. He had meant to... He dropped to his knees. "I'm sorry," he cried suddenly, the words pouring out of him uncontrollably. "I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I get like this." Jesus watched him with profound compassion. "You are not beyond saving, Tyler. But to be free, you must be honest with yourself first." Tyler covered his face with his hands. His voice came out muffled and broken. "I hate my life. I hate waking up every day feeling like nothing is ever going to get better. I hate feeling like I'm stuck here, stuck in this town, stuck in this empty house with no father." His voice cracked violently. "And I hate that I took everything out on her." He looked up at Edna with eyes full of pain. "The only person who ever cared about me." Edna reached a trembling hand toward him. "Oh, my sweet boy." But Jesus gently placed a hand on her shoulder, stopping her. "Let him speak." Tyler gasped through his tears. "I just wanted something to make me feel alive. The motorcycle, it wasn't just about the bike. It was about feeling like I had control over something, even if it was stupid." Jesus nodded slowly. Pain can blind us into believing that hurting others will ease our own suffering. But every wrong choice builds another chain around the heart. He looked down at Tyler. "Your father's death left a wound, but you never allowed yourself to heal. Instead, you filled the space with anger." Tyler looked up, eyes swollen. "I didn't know how to heal." "Then learn now, because tonight is your turning point." Tyler wiped his eyes with shaking hands. What do I do?" He sounded like a child asking for help for the first time in years. Jesus stood tall again, and the light around him seemed to pulse softly. "You start by understanding the weight of the life you almost destroyed." Tyler's breath hitched as Jesus glanced toward Edna. "Your grandmother has carried her own pain, losing her husband, losing her son, and now nearly losing her grandson." Tyler looked at Edna again, but this time he saw everything. Her frail frame, her tired eyes, her love, still there despite everything. Tyler crawled toward her and placed his head on her lap, crying uncontrollably. "I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry." Edna stroked his hair gently, sobbing herself. "My dear child, you're lost, but you're not gone, and I'll never stop loving you." Jesus watched them with a quiet warmth, then lifted a hand. A soft light flowed from his fingertips, gentle like candlelight, but powerful enough to make the room feel like dawn instead of night. Tyler felt it before he saw it, a warmth spreading from his chest outward, not physical, something deeper, a warmth that broke chains he didn't know he had. He choked on a gasp. What is that?" Jesus said, "Healing." The light faded slowly, leaving the room dim but peaceful. Tyler wiped his eyes, breathing more steadily now. "I don't deserve this," he whispered. "No one earns grace. It is given so that you may rise, not remain fallen." Tyler swallowed hard. "Can I really change?" Jesus stepped back, his expression solemn yet hopeful. "Yes, but the path will not be easy. You must confront your mistakes, repair what you've damaged, and choose light every day, even when darkness calls again." Tyler nodded slowly, determination fighting its way through the fog of guilt. "I want to try. I don't want to be that person anymore." Jesus smiled small, warm, and full of a power that could move mountains. "Then tonight marks your rebirth." A bolt of lightning flashed outside, illuminating the room for a brief second. And in that second, Jesus was gone. The storm quieted. The glow vanished. Only Tyler and Edna remained, holding on to each other, trembling, crying, breathing. Alive. Changed. But the night was far from over, because miracles come with consequences, and Tyler's journey had only begun.
The storm had ended hours ago, but its memory lingered in the dampness of the air and the eerie silence that wrapped around Cedar Brook like a heavy blanket. Tyler hadn't slept. He sat at the small kitchen table, staring at his trembling hands as early morning sunlight filtered weakly through the window. His eyes were swollen from crying, his mind spinning with fragments of last night. Jesus' voice, the warmth that had filled his chest, his grandmother's trembling sobs, the cord he had almost used. He shut his eyes hard. How did I become that person? Footsteps approached slowly from the hallway. "Tyler?" Edna's voice was fragile, like a porcelain cup that could crack with one wrong touch. He stood immediately and rushed to help her. "Sit down, Grandma, please. Let me get you something." He guided her gently into the chair. She smiled faintly, her hand brushing his cheek, a gesture she hadn't dared make in months. "You've been up all night," she said softly. "I couldn't sleep." Edna nodded. She understood. How could either of them sleep after witnessing something so extraordinary? For her, it had been a miracle. For him, it had been a confrontation with everything he feared he was becoming. "Grandma," Tyler whispered, his voice tense, "I need to say it again. I'm sorry. I didn't just hurt you. I scared you. I can't forgive myself for that." Edna took a slow breath. "My boy, forgiveness isn't something you give yourself all at once. It's something you grow into." He nodded, eyes down. "And what happened last night wasn't just for you. It was for me, too. I had been afraid of losing you to a darkness I didn't know how to fight." Tyler swallowed tightly. "But Jesus came," she whispered, tears filling her eyes. "And he reminded us that you're not alone in this battle." The room fell silent as they absorbed the reality of what they had lived through. Finally, Tyler spoke. "I want to change, not because I saw him, but because I saw me. I didn't like who I've been. I didn't like what I became." Edna reached out and held his hand. "Then start today." Tyler nodded, but looked away. I don't know where to start." Edna squeezed his hand with surprising strength for someone her age. "With honesty," she said. "With taking responsibility." He exhaled shakily. That was the part he feared most, because responsibility came with consequences, and some consequences were already knocking on the door. Later that morning, as Tyler stepped outside to walk to town, he noticed a police cruiser driving slowly down Maple Street. His stomach dropped. The officer behind the wheel, Deputy Carter, had known Tyler since he was a kid. Carter gave him a long, assessing look. Tyler lowered his eyes, shame burning him from inside. He knew why Carter was suspicious. For months, Tyler had been hanging with the worst group of guys in Cedar Brook: Reese, Jamar, and Colt. They were always looking for trouble, drinking, stealing, threatening the smaller kids behind the skate park. Tyler had hated the things they did, but he hated being alone even more. Carter pulled over. "Morning, Tyler." Tyler swallowed. "Morning, sir." Carter stepped out, arms crossed. "We got reports that you and your buddies were causing problems behind the gas station last night." Tyler's heart twisted. I wasn't there." Carter raised a brow. "Where were you?" And that's when Tyler realized something awful. He couldn't tell him the truth. "I was at home," he muttered. Carter stared at him for a long moment.
Tyler braced himself. This man had seen him grow up, also watched him spiral. "Your grandmother's house?" Carter asked. "Yes." "Everything okay there?" Tyler opened his mouth, then closed it. Memories of the cord flashed in his mind. Memories of Edna's terrified eyes. Memories of Jesus' voice. His throat tightened. It is now," he whispered. Carter studied him carefully, but after a few seconds, he nodded slowly. "Stay out of trouble, kid. It's never too late to turn things around." Tyler watched the car drive away, but the dread in his chest remained, because turning things around meant something he didn't know how to do: facing his friends. When he reached Cedarbrook Square, he saw them immediately. Reese leaned against a brick wall, smoking. Jamar sat on the steps, scrolling on his phone. Colt kicked a broken soda can across the pavement. They looked exactly like they had every morning, restless, aimless, hungry for trouble. Colt spotted Tyler first. "There he is," Colt grinned, throwing an arm around him. "Bro, you missed last night. Jamar almost got into a fight with this old dude at the gas station." Tyler's stomach twisted. "This old guy thought we were following him," Jamar said with a laugh. "We kinda were, though." Tyler looked at them, really looked. For the first time, he didn't feel drawn to them. He felt sick. Reese blew out smoke. "We're hitting the pawn shop later. Found a bike someone left unlocked behind the mall." Tyler froze. "A bike?" he asked slowly. "Yeah," Reese smirked. "We take it, pawn it, split the cash. Easy." Tyler felt his chest tighten. "No," he said quietly. "What do you mean, no?" Jamar looked up. "I'm done with this. With all of it." Reese stepped closer, eyes narrowing. "Since when?" Tyler hesitated, then said the truth he could say. "Since last night." Colt scoffed. "What happened? Your grandma make you read Bible verses or something?" Tyler stiffened, but didn't react. He had changed. His temper didn't own him anymore. Not today. "I'm serious," he said firmly. "I'm out." Reese laughed once, a low mocking sound. "You think you can just walk away?" Tyler stepped back, meeting Reese's glare. "Yes," he said. "I do." Reese's jaw tightened. Jamar stood up slowly. Colt stopped smiling. Something dark flashed in Reese's eyes. "You owe us," Reese said. "For what?" "For not ratting you out, for backing you up in fights, for keeping you in the group. You think that was free?" "No one owns me," he said quietly. "If you walk away, you become a problem." Tyler felt fear rise inside him, but then he remembered Jesus' voice. "Tonight marks your rebirth." And he found strength where there had never been strength before. "I'm not scared of you," Tyler said. Reese's eyes narrowed. "We'll see about that." He flicked his cigarette to the ground and crushed it beneath his shoe. Then he walked away. Jamar followed. Colt hesitated, then spat at the ground and left too. Tyler stood alone in the square, breathing hard. He had done it. He had walked away. But as the three disappeared around the corner, he felt a chill run through him. Breaking free wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a dangerous new chapter, one that would test him far more than anything he had faced so far.
Still throbbed with the tension from his confrontation with Reese, Jamar, and Colt. The look in Reese's eyes haunted him, cold, calculating, dangerous. They're not just going to let this go. He knew that. But he also knew something else. For the first time in years, he wasn't running from the truth. He walked back home with slow, heavy steps, and the moment the house came into view, he felt emotions rush up again. Edna was sitting on the porch in her wooden chair, sunlight warming her face. She looked peaceful, more peaceful than she had been in a long time. As soon as she spotted him, her lips curved into the gentle smile she used to reserve just for him when he was little. "You're back early," she said. Tyler sat beside her on the porch step. "I talked to the guys, and I told them I'm done." Edna took a deep breath. Relief mingled with fear in her eyes. And how did they take it? He hesitated. They'll get over it. He lied, but Edna saw right through him. Tyler? He looked away. I don't want you to worry. My boy, I'm always going to worry about you. But worrying and being afraid aren't the same thing. Last night reminded me that fear doesn't get the last word. He looked at her, really looked at her, and a soft warmth filled his chest. He didn't deserve her love. He didn't deserve her forgiveness. But she gave it anyway. And that alone made him want to protect her more than ever. That afternoon, Tyler tried to keep busy. He swept the porch, cleaned the kitchen, fixed the loose hinge on the back door, helped Edna sort her medication. But even while he worked, anxiety followed him like a shadow. Every passing car made him stiffen. Every voice outside made him tense. Every memory of the old Tyler made his stomach twist. It wasn't guilt now. It was fear of slipping back. What if I lose control again? What if I hurt her? What if that darkness comes back? As he scrubbed a stain off the kitchen counter, he suddenly froze. There was a knock at the door. A hard one.
The hospital corridor felt colder than the night outside. A thin, fluorescent light flickered overhead, making the shadows pulse on the linoleum floor like a heartbeat. Mateo sat collapsed on a hard plastic chair, arms limp beside him, eyes fixed on the double doors that had swallowed his grandmother. He wasn't crying anymore. He couldn't. He felt hollow. Like all emotion had been scooped out and replaced with silence. A nurse approached him, a middle-aged woman with soft lines on her face and eyes that looked like they'd witnessed countless tragedies. "Are you the one who brought Mrs. Alvarez?" she asked gently. Mateo swallowed hard. His voice cracked. "Yes, she's my grandmother." "She's stable for now," the nurse said, and Mateo's shoulders sagged with relief, only for her next words to tighten them again. "But the bruising on her neck is serious. Her trachea is swollen. She's breathing, but it'll take time before we know the extent of the damage." Mateo stared at the floor, unable to meet her gaze.